it's not always enjoyable when the alarm goes off so early. But there's a sort of serenity in especially like the early mornings and coming outside and the world is still really still. And you get to see, you know, anything from the birds to the cattle waking up and kind of seeing a new day start like that. I wouldn't know if it's therapeutic or, you know, just really calming. It puts things in perspective, so it's nice. I'm Lane Gross. I'm an estimator at Kinsley Construction, and off the clock, I'm a farmer. We operate a beef cattle farm, so primarily raise Holstein steers for beef production. And on top of that, we're self-sufficient with our own crop production. We're fortunate to have a fair amount of acreage. We till and harvest about getting close to 2,000 acres. And then cattle-wise, depending on the time of year and if we just sold or not, we're thankful to be in the hundreds of cattle too. So.
You guys aren't used to eating quite so early, are you?
The farm has been in the family 9 generations. I'm the 9th generation. So my dad, my uncle are co-owners right now. And then on my generation, I have 2 brothers and 2 female cousins as well.
That's all I really ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
Farm. And I really like taking these little calves and starting them out small and watching them grow and get up to the market weight. And, I like watching the crops grow every year, challenges it has.
Obviously, if the family pride aspect comes from, you know, if I'm the 9th generation and each generation is what, 30 to 50 years or something like that, it sure would be a shame to see something come to an end after that long. So, and it's what my whole family does. It's what I grew up doing, what our whole family, you know, my brothers and cousins and even the guys that have worked here longer than I've been alive. So they're sort of, you know, family at this point as well.
My grandmother was very, very instrumental in getting this Century Farm Award, and this was like, she was extremely proud to get this. And trace back the ownership of the farm over 100 years. In our case, we could trace it back over 200 years, back to the 1750s, 1760s.
I think with any family business, I'm sure anybody out there can attest to that. There's times where it is tough, but there's also a lot of times where it is bonding. And I've had multiple friends or even coworkers say that they're shocked how often the family gets together, and even though we spend a lot of the days working together. I would say when I was younger, my cows definitely were like pets to me. They certainly still get that love, but it's sort of evolved. It's more of like a codependency now than it is like a pet thing when you were little.
Do you ever name any of them?
To be honest, I did when I was little. And then you get to the point where you're at like Thomas the 23rd and Greg the 15th and you kind of give up. Or maybe I just grew up a little bit. One of the two. I think there's a stigma on agriculture a little bit. Whether that's fair or not, I'm not here to argue. I know the operation that we run and the care that we take for our animals and our land. And obviously we're always going to need food, so there's going to need to be a place for it somewhere. I think we just need to learn to strike the balance within how we operate. Yeah, and I certainly could, you know, go and work my daily job and go home at night and unwind and relax. But I'm here because it's what I'm passionate about, and it's deep-rooted in the family. You can't really say no to little guys like that. but at the same time there is that therapeutic, element to it where, you're a caretaker of animals, of nature, of, the surrounding areas. I know that I'm happy doing what I'm doing now on both sides of the daily work, and we'll just keep doing that as long as we can.